Y'all, I got to make a confession. Wicked, the movie, has me in the grips. The soundtrack has me in the grips. The movie has me in the grips. I know a lot of y'all might not have seen it and might not be intending to see it, but we went ahead on our other channel, Axiom Amnesia 2.0, and we reviewed this movie. This is a discussion you don't want to miss, and we have a non-spoiler review for those of you who are planning to watch, and a spoiler review for those of you who have already seen it.
Yeah, and you know y'all don't like my or our take on friendship, cutting people off, and forgiveness, right? So yeah, we talk about some of that stuff because it's a big theme in the film.
Yes. And then we have some stuff that will be coming afterward that we need to just kind of keep in-house on this channel over here, because we understand that you all understand some parts of this discussion that just might not be for everybody else's liking and consumption. So stay tuned for this sneak peek right now, and be sure to check out the description so you can go to the link of both the full-length videos.
I'm Heit.
And I'm Cheri.
And you've discovered Axiom Amnesia.
Right now, No One Mourns the Wicked has me in the grips.
What?
Like, I have listened to that song about 500 times. When we watched the movie, I completely delayed going to Spotify and listening to the soundtrack because I knew that I would get in the grips, because I am like a theater person. I have always loved show tunes. My mother can attest to the fact that I probably drove her crazy as a kid singing Annie, when I was a little kid. She hated, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. She didn't want to hear none of that after Cheri was finished with it. But the thing you brought up about it being like 5 songs in one, this song, No One Mourns the Wicked, which is like the first song you hear in the whole movie, has a part. And the first time I heard it, it just touched me.
What I do, I trim out the fat, right? So I take the movie, remove all the songs and the dancing, the stuff that's not, if I'm just walking around in my normal life, people don't just jump out, start singing and dancing. So that's the stuff I'm cutting out of the movie when I'm thinking about the movie. It's except the last song, because
I feel like you can't pare it down.
That's the only one that advances the stuff. It's the last song.
I think that's
part
a
of
disconnect
the story
for you. I think you missed it because you just didn't like the music. And so, to me, I'm like,
what did I miss?
Okay, so let's take the first song. The first song is No One Mourns the Wicked. That's the first song. So Glinda comes down on her bubble and everything, and she's singing, right? But at the same time, it's kind of their version of Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, right? Because they're talking about the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, being dead at this point. And so she's singing in this operatic style, high voice, and she's singing about how no one mourns the wicked, and goodness knows that the wicked, they are lonely, they have lonely lives, and that they die alone, right? And we're not going to get into too much discussion, but that is what happens.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a spoiler to say. But so she does that, but then somebody asks, "Hey, weren't you friends? Didn't you know her, right?" And then they get into, and then the movie shows me this, right? I don't need that song.
So I feel like it's the feelings of it, and then when you see what's happening in the film and you go back and reflect on what you had seen earlier, then it gives it even more. Like, you legit are singing, you are singing about somebody in a way that is just completely inappropriate given what we find out, and we don't know what happens in part 2, but in part 1, let's just say, it's just,
I understand that.
So,
because something just happened recently that I won't mention, but that's how people are. No one mourns the wicked.
And then I started feeling those lyrics. Because I was like, you know what? That is so true. So not to analyze it through the plot line so much as it's relatable, because everybody in their lives looks around and they see things that seem wrong or evil or wicked or just, bad. And then you look, and then the people who are like that, man, maybe they do die alone. Maybe their lives are lonely in their misery. We talk about that all the time. We talk about how, what misery loves company. They love company. Why? Because they're lonely to begin with. They're lonely sitting in their stew. And so like there's just so much commentary in this entire film that is just like, oh my goodness. So so to me, this is the significance. And then I kind of like the part of that song. So then I started to repeat it because, see, there were things that I had ignored in there. And it's starting to give you questions and answers. And it made me think about other stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm agreeing with this. Then you have other songs that's talking about how the characters feel at any given time when you meet somebody and then it's your friend or whatever, or somebody who's a potential friend, but y'all are like oil and water. And so it's like, how will we coexist? These questions of life, right? And so all of it is just a great, to me, commentary on this stuff. But if without the music, like, I don't think you, in this case, and probably in a lot of cases, I feel like you can't, I just wouldn't separate the music. Now, some of the musical numbers maybe didn't have to be as long, because to me, I wasn't as into all of the choreographed dance stuff, but I guess, because the movie was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
So there's other people who may say you need those dances too. That's going to convey things that you're missing by.
Sure. So. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. But like, just like you were like, hey, I could have done without the song. I'm like, I didn't have to see as much dancing. I'm cool with seeing a little bit. But, do we have to draw it out for that long?
So
I don't know.
Without it being a Broadway musical and having music and stuff, we would never see the movie though, right? I don't think, because that's what makes them want to make it and bring it, and why people love it and want to go watch it. Otherwise, we don't even get to see this.
Yeah,
I'm not just going get the book.
It is a flex of skills. It is just a straight up flex of vocal skills, and because to me, Cynthia Erivo, just I don't even know that there's a criticism I could have about any way she delivered any song. And I'm going to tell you, here's how granted, she is a professional, but every person I hear sing or attempt to sing Defying Gravity sounds like they are yelling. Now, it can be a beautiful voice sounding like it's yelling, but it sounds like they're yelling. Whereas in her version of Defying Gravity, you really don't feel like she's yelling until her final, I heard it described as a war cry, right? Most of people have heard her version of the song with her adapted run at the end. That is where she sounds like it. But the rest of it is completely controlled. Like, her instrument vocally is just amazing.
That part at the end, Stephen Schwartz called his most famous lyric.
And it's not even a word. But and this is the thing we both caught when we were listening to it. I was like, they left that big old breath in there, right?
It's a big old breath.
You making me choke up.
Oh man, there's a big breath right before there, and I just hear it every time. Yes. What about them saying that, hey, they sung everything live? I was
just gonna say that. So to be clear though, they sung everything live so that what they're doing in the moment looks great, but what you're hearing is still the pre-recorded stuff. To be clear.
Oh, so did they say that it was the pre-recorded stuff?
Some people from the production did clarify that.
Okay.
So, and I don't remember if it was John Chu, the director, who said it, but somebody said it. But when you watch the interviews with Cynthia and Ariana Grande, when you watch them, they're emphasizing the fact that they sang through the whole thing. But I think it's because it's also saying like we did basically just like we would have done if we were on Broadway singing this.
Yeah, so, because Cynthia Erivo is talking about how the harnesses and stuff restricts her breathing and stuff. I'm like, I don't care. You ain't even got to sing it live in a movie. You know what I'm saying? If it's restricted and you don't sound the greatest on set and I don't hear that take, as long as it look like you singing it good.
Be sure to check out the description so you can go to the link of both the full-length videos. We want to thank all of the supporters who helped to make this video possible. If you want your name to appear alongside these contributors, make a one-time donation via Cash App, or you can head on over to patreon.com/axiomamnesia to enjoy all of the benefits of becoming a monthly subscriber.